warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we continue our study about how to develop listening materials. Okay. Now we move to listening process. Okay. Two main cognitive processes are distinguished in listening instruction. They included bottom-up and top-down process. So what is bottom-up? So bottom-up processing is used to combine increasingly larger units of meaning. It processes from formal level units to discuss level units, from sounds to words, from words to longer lexical items. Bottom-up techniques typically focus on sounds, words, intonation, grammatical structures, and other components of spoken language. So how about top-down? On the other hand, as Nation and Newton state, top-down processing moves from the whole to the part. Top-down processing happens when listeners bring their background knowledge. This type of processing is used to predict the content of the message. Wilt also states that top-down processing serves two different functions. The first is ignoring the details and focusing on general issues. Moreover, top-down processing may also enrich a fully decoded and elaborated message. And now we discuss about the characteristic of effective listening materials. The first is incorporating bottom-up and top-down processing. And then the second characteristic is listening material should be based on authentic recording. The third characteristic is listening material should provide exposures to different types of listening. And then the fourth characteristic is listening material should improve learners' listening comprehension, not testing it. Okay. And now, so what is authentic materials for listening? One goal of listening instruction is to help learners to understand real-life language. It refers to providing learners with authentic text. Underwood refers to authentic audio materials as recording of natural speech which are present in everyday sources. Murray also defines authentic material as stretches of real language. They are produced by real speakers or writers to convey a real message to real audiences. And the next, Vandergrift and Co. believe authentic materials are inherently interesting. It is so because such material involve current topics, and current topics are interesting to learners at all ages and backgrounds. Okay. And now we discuss about what are or what kind of the listening activity types. The first is listen to a conversation. Conversation may be from a textbook, supplement, radio broadcast, to speaker or skit. Listen to teacher's prompts. Prompts may be teacher's questions, game prompts, or assignment direction. And then the third is listen to a broadcast. It is interesting. So the broadcast may be from radio, television, the news or performance by applying web radio or podcasts. And the next, listen to poem or songs. So poems and songs may be live or recorded from CD, web, or also podcasts. Listen to an audio recording. Recordings may be either teacher-made or student-made in the form of podcasts or web audio sites. And the next is listen to presentation. Presentation may be live or recorded by using presentation software or video or audio conference. And the last is listening to stories. This is interesting also. Stories may be audiobooks, CDs, compact CDs, web, and also the interesting one is, the new one is podcasts. Okay, and now we move to the principles of listening material or the principles of teaching materials. The first principle is choosing appropriate materials for students according to their different levels and their different needs. The second principle, how to plan tasks, exercise or activities appropriate to the students. The third principle is help students establish a good habit. So don't worry about the exact word or phrase they miss when they are listening. So don't be worried. Okay? Thank you for today. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.